What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're reviewing last night's Monday Night Raw. I thought this Raw... to be honest, I thought this Raw was pretty bad, other than a few things. I thought all the matches just felt really pointless. Well, other than, like, one match, I'd say. We'll get into it. This review's going to be a bit quicker than my last ones. I don't have a lot of time today. So let's go straight into it. Starts off, El Grande Americano versus Javon Evans. This is what I'm talking about. This match just felt completely pointless. Javon Evans was cool in this, don't get me wrong. There was an awesome spot where he launched himself over the top rope. It looked like he went flying. It looked ridiculous. But the crowd just weren't behind this at all. Like, literally at all. There's parts where Javon's hitting forearms and El Grande is just like no-selling it. Really weird match. I don't really know what to say about this. Just it felt really pointless. Javon is... I don't know if... I haven't seen many Javon Evans matches, but you could tell he's inspired by Will Ospreay. He does like 3 of Ospreay's moves during this match, which is a bit like... it's fine, but... Come on, mate. Don't do all his... he did the cheeky Nando's. He did Ospreay's like spinning corkscrew kick thing. Like, I know that Ospreay might not have made up some of these moves, but like that's just the first thing I thought. It's like, all right, yeah, it's a bit too similar. Though I get it because he's a similar type of athlete. But anyway, yeah, this match was just... It was just nothing. Chad Gable ends up coming out. The original El Grande Americano ends up coming out. Just goes gracias and costs the other El Grande the match. Basically, what can you say about this? A nothing burger. Just a 2.5. I might even give it 2 for the weird, like, no selling of Javon's forearms. That just threw me off. Also, you could hear spot calling during this match as well, which is fine, but takes you out of it. Next up, we had Jey Uso. You never guess what Jey Uso's doing. Sorry, my thing went weird. He's come out to yeet, yeet. I don't. He comes out to yeet. Jimmy's there. And they're like, yeah, we got a match next week, though. Not this week, next week. You have to wait. We'll come out here just to yeet. And put your ones up for Roman Reigns. You won the Rumble. Which, yeah. And then, that's it. So, I don't know. What can I say about this? Just nothing, really. I'm surprised Jay's not mad. Didn't Roman knock Jay out of the Rumble? Or am I tripping? He slapped him in the face, so that was something. Anyway. Then we had one of the goated moments of this Raw. AJ Styles music hits, and Gunther comes out. This was goated. I loved this. He comes out, giant smile on his face, just the like, AJ pose thing. Gets all of AJ's pyro as well, which is funny. Like, what? So the guys backstage just like, yeah, we'll give you AJ's pyro as well, I guess. Like, kind of disrespectful, guys. Just really funny. Gunther just in the ring, he's mugging off AJ and saying how, ended his career. He's now being labelled as the career killer as well. So I feel like Gunther Randy Orton is definitely a direction. Although, Dragon Lee comes out to stop him. And weird, a bit weird. I get Dragon Lee was tag partners with AJ, but they weren't best mates or anything, as far as I know. Like, a bit odd, this. So Dragon Lee comes out, he gets some offense in, but then he tries to run at Gunther, and Gunther just slams a chair on his head, sleepers him, and then eventually they get back in the ring, and Gunther literally hangs Dragon Lee over the ropes. It looks awesome. Great visual. Great sell from Dragon Lee as well. But this made me think, since Dragon Lee was the guy that came out, is Gunther going to retire Rey Mysterio? Maybe? Rey, he kind of needs to hang it up soon, and he still moves amazingly, but he just keeps getting injured. Like, that's a sign, Ray, man. You need to pack it in, I feel like. You don't want to ruin the rest of your life trying to get a few random matches out, especially not like on a pointless Raw match or something. Um, so yeah, I did think Gunther Randy at Mania, legend killer, career killer. But the fact Dragon Lee came out here, maybe it'll be Rey Mysterio. I don't know. We'll see. That is interesting though. Gunther was great here as usual. If you don't like Gunther, acquire some taste, mate. I don't know. Like then we go backstage. LA Knight. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I completely got this in the wrong order. I've completely skipped this. Sorry, my notes are all over the place. Raw opened up with Bron Breakker flipping the table and just going a bit mad. Flipping table part was a bit weird, to be honest, but fine. So, oh no, he's flipped the Raw announce table. Oh, God, what will we do? Just flip it back over, probably. Yeah, so this is actually how Raw opened. Sorry, I completely forgot to note that down. It's my bad. I watched this live at 1 a.m., so there's my excuse. So Bron's out there. The other Vision members try and stop him from going crazy. Adam Pearce has had enough. He gets the security guards between them so Bron can't attack. And LA Knight comes out of a chair and just kills the other Vision members and runs off. Then Adam Pearce, after the Gunther segment, sorry about that, Adam Pearce escorts LA Knight out, or has escorted, allegedly, LA Knight out the building. He hasn't. And he basically says for Paul Heyman to do the same with Bron Breakker. And it also says Bronson has a match with Penta for some reason. Why? After this, Bron Breakker's just storming around backstage. He's clearly not leaving, which is fine. I don't know if it was now. I didn't note it down. Maxine Dupree cuts like a weird promo during the ad, and it's like Liv Morgan told her how to speak, because she's speaking exactly like Liv Morgan. The way Liv like ends her sentences, that same sort of cadence, which was really weird. But she's basically like, "Oh, Natty, how dare you betray me? I'm gonna break your ankle." It's awful. All right. It's terrible. But yeah, I tried to mention that because I didn't know it down. Next up, this was goated. At first, it was like, what is going on? So the War Raiders come out. No pap, obviously. This is the first time they've been shown in God knows how long. They come out. They're meant to have a tag match. They don't say against who. I thought maybe it was going to be like the Creed brothers or something. I don't know. Someone who could get pinned, basically. But instead, dun dun, whoa, dun dun, whoa. Obafemi comes out. Bro, Obafemi is a demon, man. He just looks like an absolute beast when he's like coming out and the lights behind him. It just looks insane. So Oba comes out, absolutely kills both of the War Raiders. The match obviously doesn't happen. So Oba comes out, kills them, poses, and then leaves. And basically it's said like he's not signed to a brand yet, so he's probably gonna show up on SmackDown and like kill someone else too. I mean, yeah, just good. Obafemi, he's already over. People are chanting his name as he's coming out as well. And this crowd wasn't very good tonight either. I've mentioned that. But yeah, they chant his name here. It's a Finn Balor video. He's mad about being denied from the Rumble. And he's basically saying like, oh, I've been denied. Well, he didn't say this. He was like, oh, Mr. Iguana gets in though. Great. Rand La Parka clone gets in. Great. And he's basically saying he's willing to do bad things to get the belt from Punk. This is just setting up a Punk match for the Chicago Elimination Chamber, I would assume. Keep Punk busy, because he's going to need to be busy, because someone's not going to show up to work. We'll get into that. Next up, the Bellas come out. Pop for them, for sure. There's one of those funny pops where you hear, like, you can hear the women screaming, because obviously the Bellas are, like, a massive draw for a lot of, women who grew up or watched WWE during the Divas era, and I get that. I'm not gonna hate on that. I think Total Divas, or was that the reality show? I think a lot of people might have got into them through that as well. I imagine there was like dudes who are watching WWE is like, oh my girl won't watch it with me. Total Divas. So do you want to watch this like reality show? That's like maybe that's what happened there. I don't know, but the Bellas come out. They basically say, you know, the tag division's on fire right now, so that's why we've come back. Why not get together with a, original female tag team? True. And we're gonna come for the belts, go through this division, basically. Yeah, essentially what it was. Fine. So Bree is actually back. That's interesting, kind of cool. I look forward to them in the tag division. I think this tag division is quite interesting right now. There's a lot of big players in it, so I think a good call from WWE to bring the Bellas back together. Yeah, it should be interesting. Moving on, we have Penta versus Bronson Reed. This was the most bog standard match you've ever seen in your life. The crowd don't give a damn. It's almost playing out to silence. And the whole match just basically just is setting up. You know something's gonna happen. LA Knight, turns out he's not left the building. What? There's a ref bump. LA Knight turns up, kicks Bronson Reed, BFTs him onto a chair, and then Penta just hits a move and pins him basically. Yeah, I didn't make many notes here because as I was watching it, I was just like, "What is happening?" I was just sitting. I was watching it with my friend, and we were just sitting in silence, like. And every now and then, yep, this is a match. 2.5 or 2, to be honest. Just I would never remember this in a million years. Out of nowhere match. I don't really know why it's happening. Gunther's just killed Dragon Lee, so surely Penta should be mad about that because he's been friendly with him. I don't know. It's a pointless match. I don't really know what's going on with LA Knight. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess like LA Knight's going to be put in like a Vision tag team match at Mania if I had to guess. I don't know who his partner would be. Off the top of my head, Penta? LA Knight Penta versus Logan Paul and or maybe it'll be 3-on-3. I don't know. I don't really care anyway. So we'll just move on. And then Dominic Mysterio has returned. Pop again. Again, what I said earlier about the girl pop. This was a girl pop again. Just you just hear like like it's just funny. Dom comes back out. He's basically introducing the Royal Rumble winner, Liv Morgan. I don't know if it's just me. I thought Dom looked really strange. Like he looked way different. Like instead of dirty Dom, it was like clean Dom. Like I don't know what. It just looked way too clean or something. I don't really know how to describe it. His mustache was like a lot longer. And his hair was just like, it didn't look dirty. It was just like, I don't know, like he's just got it flipping worked on or something. He looked odd. And also the neck tattoo, that threw me off. It doesn't look great, to be honest, but either way, Dom is back. Liv brings out Raquel, basically saying, Liv doesn't know who she's going to go for. Brings out Raquel and says, well, basically, I'll go to SmackDown, might see what Jade's talking about. But Raquel's going to win the title tonight. But Raquel's like, you know what, Liv? You actually knocked me out the Rumble, and some people in the crowd, ooh. Yeah, so, and then Raquel's like, right, Liv, stay in the back, mate. You're not coming out, stay in the back. She doesn't come out. A weird segment. Liv was like... Liv was weird here as well. This whole Raw which had a weird vibe to it. I don't know what it was. I don't know if the crowd were just dead the entire time until like... Well, until the final part, basically. Even then, they weren't very loud. This crowd kind of sucked ass, to be honest. Next up, we have Raquel versus Stephanie Vaquer. I like their gear. This was alright. Steph got destroyed at first. Tries to take over the match with a springboard. But, takes over for a little bit, but then it just... Stephanie's leg is getting worked during this. She gets it, like, trapped in, like, the stairs and gets slammed. Yeah, the leg's just getting worked. The tables in this match were, like, really, like, weak. They wouldn't explode into pieces. They would just go, like, and it's just, like, one tear down the middle. It looked really... All the table spots were pretty bad in this match, to be honest. And again, like the crowd weren't really loud for this at all. But yeah, Stephanie's trying to get back into the match, but Raquel just keeps destroying her, targeting the leg, as I said. Stephanie goes. Right, this was stupid as hell. Right, Stephanie goes for Devil's Kiss. Oh my god, the crowd are getting loud now. She's gonna do the move where her ass moves. Like, it's just stupid. Anyway, she goes for Devil's Kiss. She does it on a chair, right? She's got an injured leg, so her knees are slamming into the chair as well as Raquel's head. So she's injuring herself while also injuring Raquel. It's like, to make it even more stupid, she then rolls out to the outside and does the Devil's Kiss on a set of stairs as well, fucking up her knees even more. Really quite stupid, but it is what it is. There's a fall away slam into a massive amount of chairs. There's multiple times in this match where Raquel like botches some chairs. She's thrown chairs in the ring. One of them like falls back on her. That was funny. And then there's a botch where a chair's set up in the corner and it just flops down and falls down. So maybe that took the crowd out of the match because the crowd is pretty quiet for this mostly. Liv tries to come in and help. She has the title. She's like, Raquel, use this, but she fucks it up. Nearly costs Raquel the match. And then there's a table set up in the corner. Raquel wants to put Steph through it, obviously. And then Roxanne's trying to stop Steph from doing a move onto Raquel. She's led across the table, and she does stop her. But in the end, Raquel still goes through a table, gets power bombed. No. It was a Hurricane Rana. What was it? It was like a Hurricane Rana, but Raquel it looked like she just did a forward roll onto a table, so it just doesn't really break. Just, again, bad. And then, yeah, Stephanie hits her corkscrew top rope move to win the match. This was fine. I didn't mind it. I thought it was alright for what it was, but the crowd was so dead. It was hard to watch it. I felt a bit sorry for them, to be honest. I mean, there was a lot of botches. The tables were bad, so that might have played into that. But Liv hits Oblivion on Stephanie at the end and holds up the belt. So obviously she's going to go for Stephanie here. Why would she go for Jade? Yeah, that would be a good match. It's not a main event, I don't think. Liv and Stephanie. Nah. Stephanie is not over enough for that to be a main event, I don't think. The only thing that's over with her is a stupid Devil's Kiss. And that's not Stephanie's fault. That's WWE's fault for making that just a thing she does constantly. And then, yeah, it's just like a gooner move. I don't see this being a main event. Women have a chance to main event this Mania because I don't think Punk and Roman is a night one main event. I mean, a night two main event, sorry. I think that's a night one main event. Although the promo was very good, so you could argue if it stays at this quality, maybe it is a night two main event. But I think the women have a chance to grab a main event this year. I think because the Drew Cody stuff is not a main event. We'll get into that as well. I think there's an open door for the women, but I don't think this Liv Stephanie one is that answer to that main event. I think it's got to be Io and Rhea maybe, or some combination of that. We'll see. Next up, Roman arrives, makes his way to the ring. The crowd is finally awake, kind of. Basically says, should I go for Drew? Everyone's like, no! Which, Drew, we'll get into it. Or should I go for Punk? And everyone's like, yeah, Punk. Punk. Punk comes out. He calls out Finn, and Roman's just like, bitch, you come out here, interrupt my segment, and you're just talking to some other dude. It's quite funny. They spent the whole time mugging off Drew McIntyre. Punk calls Roman a visitor to his show. That was quite funny. The crowd really don't want Drew, and they are just burying Drew, man. Like, Drew's gonna have to respond here because he got absolutely buried, like to a ridiculous degree. Like, this was insane. Roman puts over Drew for like how big he is, because CM Punk's like, yeah, you can either go for me or you could go for the easy option. Roman's like, I think you are the easy option, mate. Drew's way bigger than you. He also beat you in the feud for your little bracelet, which was funny. Um, and Roman says like his family is the only reason Punk had a show to come back to. I mean, yeah, kind of true. Punk calls Roman out on the stuff he said on the Pat McAfee show. Punk says Roman followed in his footsteps. Yeah, kind of. Punk puts over that he shows up to every Raw, not every Raw, but you know he shows up. He does his work. He does TV matches. He does it all. It says how like he was the one that brought the Shield into the company, and then eventually when Roman gets to talk, Roman's like, "Yeah, you only make all these towns because you took a 10-year vacation, mate. You got a lot of catching up to do." That was funny. Roman says the only thing he learned was not what not to do from CM Punk. True. Roman like swears at this point as well. Goated. Roman's like, "I hate you, CM Punk, and that's why I'm going for you." Obviously, I paraphrased all of that. This was a great segment. Roman was, I mean, this is why I can't hate Roman, bro, because Roman was brilliant in this. I think he was better than CM Punk, if I'm being honest. Roman was just, he's just that guy, bro. This completely sold me on the match. If you're still annoyed Roman won the Rumble after watching this, I don't know what to tell you. This should be an awesome match. Though it did make it feel like Roman is not going to show up probably till after Chamber now, if I had to guess, which is kind of annoying, but you know, I mean, maybe Roman could cost. No, that would be stupid. He wouldn't cost the belt because he wants the belt. No, yeah, never mind. Get rid of that thought. This is why Finn Balor's here to distract Punk for the rest of the build to WrestleMania, and then Roman will come back after Chamber, if I had to guess. Keep it up like this. None of that cinema recording in a stadium while you two are standing there. Keep the in-ring promos like this. Just keep talking to each other, man. You don't have to do all these brawls. It can eventually lead to a brawl, sure, but like keep talking. This was great. I loved this final segment. I thought it was awesome. Really saved the Raw for me. I stayed up for it. The matches were all pretty bad. Even like the street fight wasn't great because it played out to silence and the botches during. But the Roman and Punk promo and the Gunther stuff, that was the two best things on this Raw by far. The Obafemi thing was also good, to be fair. All in all, a weird Raw. Didn't feel particularly hot. The crowd were very dead. Just a weird vibe on this Raw, and other than like Gunther and like I said, Roman, and Punk. I don't know what it was. Yeah, so that was Monday Night Raw. I kept this a lot shorter. I should probably just keep the reviews shorter like this in general, to be honest, and not go over too much of the match. If you're watching this video, you probably watched Raw anyway. But I don't know. Yeah, if you watched the whole thing, I appreciate you. Let me know down below what you think the road to WrestleMania could look like. What you thought of this Raw. If you agree, disagree with the things I said. I thought this Raw was pretty bad, other than, like I said, those promos, basically. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Goodbye. Mwah, and acknowledge the Tribal Chief. Bam, bam, bam.